What's happening, everybody? Welcome to another Triple T podcast for knife makers. My name is Jerid from Echo Blades, and I guess I have Denis from Tyrell Knifeworks here again. But
Gee, don't sound so happy about it.
I only say that, guys, because this is going to be the last one that I'm going to be on ever. No, for a couple weeks. So we got some surprises coming up. But I always say as always, but it's not as always because sometimes we switch it up.
That's right.
That's right.
I'm so excited to not have you here.
No.
Atta boy. Look at Denis with the stinger. Look, that's what I'm talking about. Oh, I can take the night off now. Oh, that's pretty good.
Suck.
Yes. Cool. Yeah. Well, again, welcome to the Triple T podcast, where we discuss tools, tips, and talk and info for the knife maker. In this episode, we're going to talk about nothing, like always.
Talk about Jerid going on vacation and leaving the rest of us in the cold.
Yeah, I just looked at the weather because my wife's like, I don't even know I said this is going to be simple, but I'll verify with the Weather Channel. But it's going to be 80s, low of 75 or something like that. It's going to be like 80 degrees, no matter where we're at, all day, all 10 or whatever days that we're gone. So that's going to be
nice. No rain?
No. Well, I mean, it's tropic, so they'll probably come in now, but it's not showing any right now. So
that's good.
Yeah.
Better not be, because I'll be right on your heels after that.
I'm saving it for you, buddy. But yeah, I'm getting ready to go on a pretty nice, decent vacation out to all kinds of Caribbean islands.
The Eastern Caribbean islands.
Yeah, for a 10-day cruise. I'm pretty damn stoked. My wife and I are really looking forward to kind of going. You know what? Ironically, right? I mean, besides all the regular day job stuff, which I'm very eager to decompress and get out of, I kind of have this I'm gonna kill all this great momentum that I'm having right now.
Yeah, you've been over here twice this week.
Yeah,
almost like a full day each time.
Yeah. We've been doing a lot, and we're making billets and doing all kinds of shit. We'll get into all that, but and then I've been busting stuff out here too. So I've been in the shop every day this year.
Not me. I took the day off today.
Oh, good for you. Good for you. You didn't cruise up to the shop or up to the office to do some.
Nope. I sat my ass on the couch all day and watched Disney Plus movies.
Oh, that's right. Kim came home, right?
Yeah, well, she didn't come home till like 4 o'clock.
Oh, you really just fucking called in.
Yeah, I did.
Good for you. Good for you. Nice.
Yeah. Well, I had to clean the house before she came home, but you know.
Oh yeah, that's the dude cleaning.
Yeah. Put the dishes in the dishwasher.
Put the dishes away. Picked up your dirty underwear that have been piling up.
That's right.
That's good. That's good. Cool.
Are you all packed? Are you the kind of person that packs like days? No.
I have a freaking neurodivergent disease that doesn't allow me to pre-plan anything. And if I do, when I go to pack, I won't remember what I need. Like, I'll just go blank. And so I operate very, very well under the supreme support of my beautiful wife, who will help me. So yeah, we did a little bit of packing today though. Like I said, because I don't plan very well. So she's cleaning the house, getting things in order. Our son's going to be with our daughter, so just trying to make sure they got everything. So before she heads into the week, because she's probably got a lot of stuff to square away before we go. And I have an added bonus to have a work trip, so I'll be leaving tomorrow to Washington for 3 days, and then come back for one day, and then boop, were
Oh, I was
off.
thinking you were leaving for your cruise tomorrow to go to
No,
Barbados or wherever you're going.
no.
Uh,
I got to work. I had a work trip come up right in the middle, so I got
oh, I thought that was on the tail end. I forgot.
no, no. So
Oh,
I got to
okay.
do. I got to do a quick trip up north. I checked in with Noah and realized that I'm a smooth 5 hours away from him wherever I'm at. So I don't think I'll be checking in. But
You're like the people that say, "Oh, you live in California. I'm coming to LA. I'm going to swing by."
yeah, exactly. I was like, can you just confirm that where I'm going is completely nowhere near you? And he was like, yeah. But so but yeah, that's yeah, it just got a little more hectic than I'd like. And like I said, I got a good clip going right now in the shop and feeling like a productive maker, which I haven't felt like in a long time. I've had I think that was my resolution, my review of the year. I think I was making I don't want to say they are excuses, but I had a lot of stuff going on. My enthusiasm and fire to get up and hustle and get out there and enjoy myself was at a minimum, especially towards the last couple months. So, but yeah, it's been great. It's been great, dude. I've
Yeah,
been I've been just been getting after it and like feeling that. It all started with the forging, though. I think that's really what kind of really sparked everything. So
that's good.
yeah.
Light a fire under your ass.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, like I said, I felt like a knife maker. All the frustrations today in my shop. So what I don't like doing, and I think
Wow.
it's probably more because I haven't done it a lot, but I think whoever invented, or I should say, are people um, that make handle material that make scales. God bless you. You're all sweet individuals. Because splitting a block sucks.
What do you mean? Well, you
Just
have a
splitting it.
saw. What are you using for a saw?
I have a bandsaw, a wood bandsaw.
So what's the problem?
Just sucked.
I do it on a table saw, sucks even more.
I don't know. I mean, you get a clean cut. I don't know. I don't have
You don't have
a
a
fence.
fence?
I don't have a fence, or I do, but it's not like my bands. I have a swag table for metal, but then I when I first got going, I bought a bunch of shit from this one guy who was getting out of the thing, and there was a wood bandsaw. I mean, this was back when I didn't even know the difference. I remember there was a trying to cut a piece of steel on that thing with a wood blade. I was like, it's not working.
Why are all the teeth gone from my blade?
Oh my god! And then I had like I don't know 6 inches of um, I don't even know what it's called, but the
The throat?
the throat, yeah, that was up super high, and I had somebody over, and I was like, yeah, I don't know what's going on. This thing just fucking sucks. And he's like, he turns a knob, and the thing goes down. He's like, well, this might help you a little bit. Like, it's like, wow, that's amazing. But so I use it every now and again. But yeah, so it was not a very straight cut, and then trying to square up the block, and like I said, that's what I'm doing. That today was good because um you don't have the reps in, you forget the simple things that make the shit easy, right? So
Yeah.
I'm glad I cut the split the block bigger than I needed, because had I tried to because my original thing was like I was gonna cut this into half and then I was gonna go 1/4 inch scales and blah blah blah. I'm like, yeah, I would have been like down to a 16th scale or something by the time I was done trying to square it all up. And
Yeah, I've tried that before where, I'm gonna optimize this and I'll get 4 scales out of this block,
exactly,
and you'll get 0 scales if you do that.
yeah. This is a custom order with a really beautiful koa piece, expensive too. So I made sure to leave myself enough room to pull the Jerid, and I did. So yeah, but that wasn't super enjoyable. So I like scales.
I prefer blocks. Don't be
But
lazy.
well, I mean, but you do hidden tanks too, right?
Right. That's why I don't usually slice them into scales. So
Yeah.
but I do on
That's good.
occasion.
Yeah. I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world. I was just saying. I just was like, this would have been cool if this was just a scale already, because just flatten them, liners, all that good stuff. So,
Do you have one of those sleds for your wood to put on the surface grinder? Do you have one of those?
I'm quiet because I want to choke you right now.
I don't remember.
This is just one of the many things in the long list of things that I brought up to you. And
What
Jeff and I saw one that TR Maker made, and then Jeff and I made one, and I showed you, and then I got another text from you one day and was saying, "Oh, I did a thing." So you're welcome. Yes,
you
I
know,
have
I don't
one.
remember half the
I
shit
know
I
you
do.
don't. I know, but yes, I have one.
Okay, I can remember. I've never
I know.
seen you use it or talk
Yeah,
about it. So.
yeah. And I didn't even think about it today.
Oh yeah,
To be honest with you.
those are the best thing.
Yeah, that would have been fucking stellar.
Yeah,
All right, I forgive you a little bit. Yeah. I actually do forgive you a little bit.
making your life easier after the fact that you've already done it and it's been difficult.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
yeah, that's a great, yeah, duly noted. Thank you.
that's one thing about the disc grinder. Yeah, it makes things flat, but it doesn't make things even
Yes.
parallel.
Yes.
Because
That's what I was struggling with.
yeah,
And
I've
I have
tried that on the disc grinder before and tried to make them, and then I always go back to the surface grinder with that slet.
yeah, no, that would have been yeah, touche. That would have been the way better, more efficient thing. But we do this. I have a tendency too when I'm even just grinding on the platen to push unintentionally push, on the bottom more or the top more.
It's
And
inevitable.
okay, yeah, good. Because I was like, this is really what the fuck. So I got there, but
Yeah. The only time I do that is when I'm doing a hidden tang knife and I have to square up the handle and it's marked because then you can see your marks and you can see where you're pushing.
I thought about that though.
Yeah.
I didn't. After I was done, I was like, I should have took this over to the granite plate and and marked some lines to get this thing. Like all kinds of good stuff. That's what I'm saying. Like I feel good about getting going and just getting after it because you do. There's like so many easy or tips and shit that we do. You just forget about it when you're just trying to get after it.
Yeah. Unless you do it all the time, you kind of forget about the best process for something.
For sure, for sure. It's been a long time since I've even thought about because and all I use is scale. So, um, but yeah, that's that. Yes, I do have one of those sleds though.
Use it next time.
I will. Thank you. I'm so glad you fucking. That's good. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I used the rotary plat. So I finally I used the Tobin jig for the first time, and then kind of did like a hybrid. I started with it, um, which was probably not the best idea for the build for the knife that I was doing. Trying to keep the the brute to forge the scale as much as I could, with some rookie mistakes and not with zero experience behind the
Yeah.
jig. I ended up washing out a bunch of it that I did not intend to. Um, and in hand sanding today, I really realized how bad I did that. But so I started that way. I see just really cool tool. I think there's I think I'm going to get a lot of use out of it, and it'll be a huge um I don't want time saver, but it'll add to some efficiency and
Yeah.
different way to grind for me, anyways. And then the rotary platen, though, dude, that was the first time I've used the rotary platen, and I just want to sing the praises. That thing is badass.
Yeah. It's a great tool. I had not used it until I don't know. I guess it was, and I got that from Broadback a long time ago, and I just hadn't used it. And probably 6 months ago, I used it for the first time doing chef knives,
Yeah,
and like especially doing the edge,
yeah,
man. So easy.
I think we did a live where you were doing your first S grind.
No, it
Yes.
was an S grind. My first S grind was years ago.
Ah, okay. Well, you used the radius platen and the rotary on that live that we
Yeah,
did. So I remember that.
yeah,
But yeah, dude, that thing does everything that I don't know what I'm.
yeah. It's great because it's got the slack. You can use it with the rest, and it's especially great for doing that convex near the edge after you've done before or after you've done the an S grind. It's really good for that.
Yeah, I could see all those wins from there. But it's just a great tool. So much easier to get. For me, I can get to bevels in. I can get pretty thin on my own, but there comes to that point where you want to kind of like fine tune your edge, and that thing was like a game changer for me. The like slowed everything down. The pressure that you put wasn't like a a deal breaking mistake. If you hit it on the hard platen, just a lot of forgiveness, and just really allowed me to work through the process of thinning that edge. Because I had some thin spot in one place and a little thicker over here, but while I was convexing that, I got to even all that out. Really, really simple.
Yeah, it's great, and the rubber backing gives you just enough give to smooth out lines and really.
Yeah, yeah, like a leather. I think the only thing I've had is like a different versions of soft platens, like leather, and I think Jeff and I
Yeah,
came up with some other one. But yeah, that's good. I will before I leave. Actually, I'm gonna
yeah.
pull
I
the
mean,
trigger on one of those. I should have
a-
did it beginning of the fucking before the year ended, but
yeah, like after using the rotary platen, I don't know that I would ever use a leather platen. Like it kind of solves the same thing in my opinion,
100%,
and it doesn't have the heat that the leather
100%,
does. Yeah,
100%, 100%.
and it's
Yep.
got the slack, um, the variable slack areas,
Yeah.
which is
Really
cool.
cool. Really cool tool. I'm a believer. I'm a fan. Um, I loved using it. So
Good.
yeah.
What did I do last couple of days? I'm still working on the puzzle knife. Did the silver inlay the other day. Um, Finished the handle. I actually did that while you were over. So the handle's all done, which I love. I still think it's probably one of the nicest pieces of wood I've ever used.
That thing is gorgeous.
Yeah, it's cool. And it really just locks your hand in. So I'm excited about it. So I just have to do final sanding on the guard. I did the little scallops, which you probably didn't see. No, I did them after. Um,
Scallops on the guard.
oh yeah, on the top of the
Oh,
guard.
okay. Yeah, yeah.
And that little silver plate on the top. you, you guys will see it. um, but yeah, I just
The human plate. The Dennis's human plate. That's what I'll call
that's right.
it.
um, but yeah, I just got to do final sanding on the blade, final sanding on the hand on the guard slash bolster, whatever the fuck we're gonna call that, and do the hot salting on it, which I may do tomorrow. And that process is, I don't know, it's a pain in the ass. It's it's very inconsistent. It's hard to get a good finish on that one. Not like the blackening salts. The high temp salts are really finicky. You get like little cloudy finishes sometimes. I remember having to do it like 3 times before I got a good finish the last time I did it.
And I can't remember the name of the knife that we were talking about. I called it the Thundercat, but
The name of that I did the bluing on.
yeah.
Oh, you mean the one that I called the ice blue Bowie? The buoy, that one?
Yes.
Yes.
The
Yes.
Thundercat.
I don't know why you call it. Every time you say Thundercat, I think of the dagger, because I've had a few people say that it looked like a dagger from He-Man and the Masters of the Universe.
Yeah, with the sub hilt thing that the on the guard that you had, it looks like the eye of the Thundercat thing. Every time I look at it, I just want to go Thundercats. Ho!
I had people say that about the dagger. That's why it throws me. But
Well,
yeah,
they don't get it. That's the only good reference there. But yeah.
So excited about that one. Have that one done, and then I got the other two to start on. And the two Damascus patterns that are coming along. Both mosaics. One's kind of explosion based, but it's got a bunch of different. It's got some nickel in it. It's got a bunch of different layers in it. I'm anxious to cut open the one I forged yesterday.
You had a funny comment after I think it was yesterday, because I want to get back to the pattern because I think the pattern's going to be great. But I thought it was really cool that I'm super happy that I'm not doing that with you. Like I didn't try to like bite off more than I could chew and try to do these crazy patterns that you were doing. It was so enjoyable just to. I think I did a Gomai and a Sanmai in between while you were doing your thing. So I was kind of watching what you're doing. But you had a funny comment yesterday after you were done because Dennis has been like Forge Weld after Forge Weld, squaring, restack, like doing all this shit, and I'm doing other crap in the shop. But it was you're like, I have 3 more restacks to do. Fuck me. Like, at that moment, I was like, I am so happy that I'm not doing that right now.
Yeah, more than 3. I counted because I had a bunch of prep to do to get the stack. The stack is seed, and now I need to get probably at least about 50 layers of that C. But it's 1 bar right now, so I got to cut it up into 4.
Right.
So I'll have 4 layers, then 4 it again. That's 16, and then
Wow.
4 it again, and then I can do the S. I can do the thing, and then I have to So there's 6 more forge welds for that one.
Oh god.
Yeah, it's a pain in the ass. And that one's like,
it can't be, right? I mean, when you're, I could tell when we were doing the mosaic, however long ago that is, but it's like you're Forge Weld after Forge Weld, you're like, God, I just want to see this thing, just want to be done.
Yeah, but I'm glad I was doing the other one at the same time, which is a mosaic, which is it's funny because it's like explosion based, so you have to like 4-way it. Those actually produce a pattern quicker. And then you got to like 4-way it again and make the pattern tighter. But that one only took 1, 2. I'm only on the 3rd forge weld, and it's already like I can see what the final pattern will look like. I just need to make it smaller and tighter.
Right.
And I have to tile it and all that bullshit, but at least I can see the pattern. This one, I'm not going to see the pattern until the end.
So you're doing 2 different patterns.
Totally different patterns.
Yeah.
Neither one have I done before.
You were doing 1 pattern at a time though, right?
Yeah.
Not working on multiple at the same
time.
No. That's how we end up with a basket weave feather.
Exactly. Or you mess something up and you try to resquare after resquaring.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Not doing that.
Funny. Yeah, so I'm telling you, it was just chill, easy going time. Like, he, like I said, Dennis was doing his own thing, I was doing mine. But you know what? With all the complexity that Dennis is putting into these patterns, that I'm sure is going to come out great. But if you're not into that, then I suggest that you go check out our boys at Baker Forged and Tool. They got all of this stuff already done, ready for you to just make a knife out of. Super simple. They got a new Firestorm Damascus Core ripple pattern just dropped, I believe, yesterday. So the wait is over now. You can get that on the website. And if you want to get ahead of that, you can also use the Baker Forge and Tool app, and you can get 1-day early access to all of the drops. This one is too late, but for the future drops, you can do that. This is actually their first drop of 2025. I think they took a nice little break over the holidays.
They did.
So they're back in the swing and gearing up for another stellar year. But yeah, I go do that now. Actually, just put pause and then go put an order in. And and when you're done, when you got that stuff in the cart, you can put in the discount code TTT10. That's TTT10 for 10% off your next purchase. And before you hit go, though, you better drop yourself some gator piss in that cart as well, because that is the elite etchant, pre-made etchant to finish up all that beautiful Damascus when you're all done. So Baker Forged and Tool, also available at Maritime for all the Hothians out there.
Yeah. So yesterday you were also working on a hidden tang forged knife. Tell me how that experience went. Is it getting easier? Is it making more sense?
Yes,
Good.
it is. Nothing's flat. Like I don't know how to say that. I mean, I may sound like a total noob right now, but that's where I am. That's where I'm at with this particular type thing. You know, I've thought about forging and trying to do that, and I've done it quite a few times. But forging it and heat treating it and getting it ready is one thing. But as I was beginning to grind, like the process that is ingrained that I have learned and developed completely doesn't apply because there's nothing flat. So finding the edge on there was, or the center line on the edge was, you know, humbling at first. So, but the grind was good. Like I said, with the Tobin jig and the rotary platen, I really enjoyed it. I haven't enjoyed grinding in a long time, and that was super enjoyable. And especially when I went back to just doing it my way. The other thing I wanted to say was that a while back, I think a couple weeks back, 3 weeks ago, Kyle from Kyle H Daily had a little mini sale for on his website for some knife making tools and some things. And excuse me, I picked up one of his push sticks with the bearing on it. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Did you like it?
I loved it. I really loved it.
Nice.
It was sometimes with the I have a tendency to address the platen even when I'm just using like the rest in my thumb. But I have a tendency to sit down and I unfortunately I'll think about what I'm trying to do while the knife's on there. And sometimes I do have some pressure on there, so I leave it there too long. And then when I was using a push stick, the sometimes it gets a little stuck right there, but with that bearing, I was able just to pull the knife right through, and the process went really good for me. So
That's
I
good.
super dig it.
And I bet you that if you have a forged finish, the bearing is probably going to work a lot better than an actual push stick,
Yeah,
like a nylon or whatever, push stick or Teflon or whatever.
yeah.
Yeah.
I have one more that I want to try too, but I'm not going to talk about it until I give it a whirl. But so
Nice.
I really enjoyed it. Yeah, it was really cool. So if you're looking for a new way, it's kind of similar to the jig, to the bearing that comes with the Tobin jig, but
Right.
it's just in your hand. And I have the I think it's called the BAMP apron from Morocco,
Mm-hmm.
put out a couple years ago. It's got all these pockets up in the front, so I've was able to like stick it because I always put the push stick down somewhere and then I'm spinning around looking for it and can't find it. So it fit in those pockets real easy. But if you're looking for something, yeah, go check that out. I recommend it. I really enjoyed it.
So I meant when I asked you about the hidden tang, I meant the one you forged. How is that experience? Is it getting easier? Remember you forged the tang on the 80 CRV2 block?
Oh yeah. I was gonna. Oh, yeah, my bad. I'm just being
You're drawing
silent
a
to be a dick.
blank.
No, I'm just being a dick. I was drawing a blank before, but yeah, that was fun. I'm really digging forging, and I think one of the best compliments that I've had in a long time was I started forging in the tip, and you were like, "Oh, hey, look at you! You're actually moving some steel now."
You're moving it faster than you used to. When
Yeah.
I could hear the hammer the cadence of the hammer being a lot faster than it used to be.
Yeah, it wasn't like dink, dink.
I can hear Jerid think between hits.
Yeah, for real. That does happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm digging it. I'm digging it. I still think I either got to do it for myself, some kind of a progression chart to help me get those steps together. But and I also I'm so lucky to have people that have really cool tools and stuff. So I'm caught between this, like, I want to learn and do it with just a hammer, the traditional or whatever, but when there's a press right there, I'm gonna stick it in stick it in there and speed things up,
Yeah.
So, but I think there's value in learning both methods for sure.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be. I mean, you use the guillotine tool. That's a handy tool.
Oh yeah.
Without even using a press, so that one helps a lot.
Yeah, I'm digging it, dude.
Cool.
It's really cool.
I was designing a new folder today.
I thought you took the day off.
I didn't go in the shop.
You roasted. You went up to the office and worked.
No. Kim was watching football, and I didn't want to watch football, so I sat on the couch beside her with my laptop and designed a knife.
Okay, all right, that's fair.
That's
quality time.
I wanted to. I thought it was Parker, but it was you that showed me the Spyderco with it's a liner lock, but the lock releases on the spine instead of on the belly. Yes, that one. And I love the concept. I guess they call it a compression lock. And the patent expired on that thing in 21. So I went and designed one based on my silver tip model. So yeah, I think that'll be the next folder that I do. It'll be a little trickier because the lock bar has a little whoop on the end. It's not just a square. So I'll probably have to mill the slot for the lock bar, which is a bit of a pain in the ass. But anyway, we'll see. I'll probably do a video on it when I do it. But
yeah, that's exciting. This is my favorite knife.
Is it? Why?
Yeah, it's my favorite pocket knife.
But why? Why?
The Para 3. It fits in my hand good. It's just a real, like, the perfect EDC for me, and I love the compression lock.
Yeah.
So it's just the whole thing. I'm a big Spyderco guy. That's kind of what I started. That's how this whole thing started, was me getting a couple of pocket knives and then landing in this world of Spyderco. So I have a fucking shit ton of them and I only carry this one right now. Currently, between my everyday carries are this, the one that you made, and I have a Monterey Bay knife from a local guy, that Michael Vagnino helps out or works with or does something like that. But those three are the ones that are going through right now. So they are my favorite knife, though. So I don't like the paramilitary 2 is too big of a knife for me. I don't like that carry.
That's the 3, the one you just showed me?
Yeah, that's a Para 3.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm
a little smaller.
I'm not a Spyderco guy. I don't really love the blade shapes on them, just because the way they put the hole and it makes that big thing in the blade. But
you know why it's there, though, right?
Well, yeah, because the hole's there, so they need the blade to be wider to put the hole. No, I'm not talking about the hole. I'm talking about they have to make the blade taller at where the hole is. That's what I mean. Is I don't love that, but
yeah, the hole's great if you got a Spidey flick. Spidey flick in his life. Anybody likes pocket knives or folding knives, dude? It's the fidget factor.
I get it.
Yeah, so the hole's great.
Yeah, but I'm not putting a hole in mine.
Boo! No. How are you gonna open it?
It'll have a thumb stud.
Okay, all right.
I have to, because you can't put.
I know. Yeah, I get it.
You can't put the flipper on the top with that model.
I asked you for a thumb stud on this one and the previous one. I don't like thumb studs.
I didn't want to do it on that one. That one has a shark fin. It's patented.
Yeah. No, that's cool though. That one's flip. You have a flipper on there.
Yeah,
that works. That's cool. That's exciting.
Yeah.
Again,
It'll be a ways. I got now I have a bunch of Bowie knives to do because I said last week that I wasn't going to do any customs, and I said if anybody has a custom that they really want, like that they've already ordered, they better reach out to me. So uh,
did you
someone,
get
yeah,
anybody to take it?
yeah. I talked about this one before. The guy wants me to do a Kumai Bowie and a matching ring, which I've never done a ring before, so that is kind of interesting to me.
He won.
And it's a Bowie knife and
Yeah.
that part of it. And I actually already have that steel forged, so there's all kinds of reasons why I'm going to do that one.
That's not one of the two that you've already okay. In
No.
addition to,
Yeah.
gotcha.
I know I have a big piece of Kumai already forged in the drawer that I can just use for that. So I'll do that one at some point in the spring. But I do have a question for anyone. Anyone that's done rings before. So I need to make a ring. I don't have a piece of cylindrical stock because this is a Kumai. So really, it is a piece of flat stock that I'm going to end up like whatever using a hole saw and like literally making a ring out of. But then I need to turn it. Do people like you guys that are anybody that's a ring maker knows ring makers? What kind of setup are they? First of all, are they using on a lathe to turn this thing? And then what are you guys coating these rings with? Because this is steel and it's going to be carbon steel, not stainless. They need to be coated with something. What are you guys coating these things with so that they don't rust on somebody's finger? So if you guys have any info on that, let me know.
You gotta reach out to It's a Zura Maker.
I was just thinking of that.
Yeah, we featured him on a Maker Spotlight a while back, and he's done all kinds of
maybe I
of those.
will.
That's a good resource right there.
And I think they have fixtures for lathes specifically for rings that have like a spread feature that will like you drill a hole in something, you put something and spread it, and then you can turn it. Okay. That's what I need.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Hit up Jordan; he'll take care of you.
Right. So yeah.
Well, that's cool. That's interesting.
Got a few months to figure out those.
Nice.
But I noticed you were using your Two Bastards fat peen hammer yesterday to forge your knife. And if you guys need a hammer for forging, those are the guys to talk to. Go check out Two Bastards, Texas Smithy and Supplies. Get yourself straight peen, cross peen, any kind of peen that you need. Or any kind of hammer that you guys need, go talk to Frank and Nita over at Two Bastards. They will hook you up.
With a mean ass peen, a mean peen. They will hook you up with the meanest peen. I almost did it. Rhymes with meanest. Oh Lord, that was close.
As Jerid always says, isn't it grand to have a fat peen in your hand?
I did, and I gripped and ripped it a lot this past week here. So good stuff.
So you excited about this vacation? Or are you still worried? You still thinking about the work vacation?
Well, the work is not a vacation.
The work trip.
The work trip, yeah. No, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I am probably stressing more. It's so lame. Life is so dumb sometimes because I planned this trip like 3 months ago, and in the midst of it, it was a bad time. Right, there was a lot of really horrible, just bad stuff going on. So this was the light at the end of the tunnel, right? My wife and I are going to get away, do all that stuff, and then sure as shit, it's never a good time to take a good chunk of work off because I don't know about you guys, but what I do, the more time you take off, the worse it is when you come back, right? It's just like I don't have anybody that does what I do, so it just piles up, right? And So I'm trying to. This trip right now is getting in the way of me preparing for me to make my return back from the vacation a little less lame. So that's what I'm in the middle of. I think that'll happen for another couple days, and then I'll probably take a nice dose of the fuck it all and just.
You said the opposite of what I usually think when I used to think when I was in high tech, which was longer vacations were better because you might as well take a 2-week vacation because if shit didn't get handled, at least for me, shit would, people will figure out stuff. And if I wasn't there, they're going to get somebody else. They're going to go to somebody else. When I get back from vacation, especially if it was a multi-week vacation, I pretty much delete all the email from the first week because either it got handled or they sent another email or I'm going to have something else in the second week about it. So I was like, fuck that. If I'm going to take a week, I might as well take 2.
Yeah, that's amazing.
You don't agree?
No, I think I've only taken 2 weeks off once in my entire life.
Really?
Yeah. One trip in 2017. Wow. I remember it like that vividly. Wow. It was like 17 total days with like 2 weeks of work off. But yeah, it's not that I don't have a team in place to get things done. It's just that the construction 2 weeks isn't. There's things that are projected and scheduled out so far down the road, right? And like the way that we have to, we're scheduling things to get them done. Shit has to fall in order, and I just care, I guess. I want to make sure that stuff happens.
You're not a micromanager, are you?
Huh?
You're not a micromanager, are you?
I am a manager that does whatever is necessary to where I don't get my
ass chewed.
Yeah. And my ass chewings don't come from like internally. They are from angry customers and people like worse. That. Yeah. And we have a good reputation and I want to keep it that way. So, but we have a good team. Everything's going to be fine.
I never had to deal with customers, only had to deal with internal people.
They're the fucking worst, dude. Especially now in construction, the schedules are so accelerated. Like there's nothing. People have zero qualms about asking you to give them something in an unrealistic timeline. It's just like second nature to them now. Like, well, this should take you 2 weeks, so I need it in a week. Like, what the fuck?
It's the Mr. Scott principle.
Who's Mr. Scott?
You're joking, right? Mr. Scott principle? Never heard that before?
Oh, jeez. No, I don't know what you're talking about.
Star Trek? Mr. Scott? Kirk would always ask Mr. Scott how long it was going to take to do something. He would always say 3X and it would come back and then they'd agree on X. He'd say, it's going to take me 6 weeks. And he's like, you got 2 weeks. And then he'd do it. So the Mr. Scott principle is just triple everything. And then you're going to get it back to where you needed it to be.
Gotcha. I missed that one, but yes, I am aware of that. Star Trek? Really? You just dropped a Star Trek on
me? Yeah.
Oh, all right. I just did not see that coming.
Come on. I was in high tech. I know all the nerd, the nerd topics.
If you don't want to sit around and wait a bunch of time, for somebody to go on vacation, because even if this person does go on vacation, they're still going to get you your shit. Maritime Knife Supply. That's where you need to go because he will make it happen. He could take however much time off he wants because he's got a great crew that gets everything there. But for all your knife making needs, you should go check out Lawrence at Maritime Knife Supply. They got everything you need. Everything. In fact, I was just taking an inventory, thinking of all the things I could steal when Denis wasn't looking when I was at his shop. I don't think you have a single piece of bar stock in.
What do you mean?
In your shop?
Yeah, I do.
Is it like hidden from Jerid?
It's behind the compressor.
Good for you. But I was just noticing that you had all this like right on that tool chest. You have all that cut up Damascus that Lawrence gives you there, which is our favorite service that he does, because
Yes.
that's really cool. Made me think you don't even believe in bar stock anymore.
No, and you know what? He was out of this was it was probably over a month ago. I wanted some 15 and 20, and they didn't have any by the foot like what he regularly he'll cut up for you.
Mhm.
So I'm like, oh fuck, I'll get the bandsaw blade 15 and 20, and he has that by the foot.
Right.
And then it's the nice part about that stuff is it's super shiny, has no mill scale on it.
Okay.
But the downside is it's hard. So
Oh,
he
yeah.
can't cut
Can't
it.
cut it. Yeah.
So I'm like, motherfucker. And I got it all like, 40 1-foot pieces that I then had to cut up with my least favorite tool in the shop, the angle grinder. So I was not happy about that.
Oh, that's
So it's a trade-off. You got to cut it yourself, but then at least you don't have to take the mill scale off, but
yeah.
it's a pain in the ass.
Maybe that's why I broke my portaband.
You know what I did? I've been pushing this off for a while because every time I order steel, so I get all my steel cut to 4-inch pieces. You know this. Everything I do is 4-inch pieces. But I'm, especially in the last couple of builds, like just your Damascus always frays a little bit at the ends.
Mm-hmm.
And you end up cutting off the end pieces. Well, when you start with 4-inch pieces, you have less length on those billets. So I'm going to switch to, I'm going to get rid of all the stock that I have of the 4-inch piece. And then I'm going to switch to 6-inch pieces.
That's where I'm at.
Yeah.
I went to for those, not to cut you off there, but for the Sanmais and the Gomais, I do a 2-inch by 6.
Yeah.
And I get a good billet out of, just either the 5 or the 3. Works out really good.
Yeah. The width is not an issue for me because I'm doing like I've 8 more forge welds. I can make whatever width I want.
Sure.
It's that starting stack I want to change.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Cool.
And Lawrence knows to cut all my stuff into 4-inch pieces. I don't even tell him in the notes anymore, but I'll have to tell him now from now on to make it 6-inch.
6 inches is fine. There you go.
That's what she said.
Uh-huh. Look at you. Taking the servo. Yeah. But I think I'm going to miss he just had a big sale for Boxing Day, which I wanted to say, what the fuck is Boxing Day?
It started as a British holiday.
I heard Ben Abbott talk about it on Hustle and Grind last week. He mentioned something about like that was their holiday as well. And then I reminded me that I forgot to ask you what the hell it was last week. So I'm super curious. But you're a Hothian, so
nobody. I swear nobody. I think everyone thinks that's when you throw your boxes out from Christmas.
Is it like boxing, like fighting day?
I don't know. So I just Googled it. The holidays evolved over time, but some of its traditions, that's just bullshit.
You don't know.
Exact origins of Boxing Day. It's not, and it's boxing, Boxing. So it's not, yeah. Theories include alms boxes. The name may come from the alms boxes that churches would put out to collect donations for the less fortunate. Maybe. Christmas boxes. The name may come from the Christmas boxes that the lords and aristocrats would give their servants after the parties, filled with leftovers and small gifts. So it's probably, the the lords giving their leftovers to to the peasants. That's Boxing Day. We celebrate it.
I am very underwhelmed right now. I can't.
And the second one, there's one more. The name may come from the practice of giving servants boxes of gifts on the day after Christmas, as they were required to work on Christmas Day.
All right. Well, again, underwhelmed. But that's the Boxing Day sale is over, and I did. I had a pretty big order coming in, about a bunch of 1/4-inch steel and some stuff, handle materials, and blah 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 blah. But I think I'm gonna miss it now. Not even going to see it until I get back.
Oh, have him send it to my house. I just got some nickel sheets from him because I needed nickel sheets. So
nice. But I've seen people already unboxing their Boxing Day sale items. But yeah, go check out Maritime Knife Supply. Tell them the boys at Triple T sent you.
Yeah, do it.
Do it now.
Let's. Why don't we move on to Maker Spotlight? Who you got this week?
I'm not ready for that.
Oh, okay, fine.
Audible. Do yours first. Jeez.
This week, I actually wasn't following this person, and I saw. I do follow Jocelyn Frazier, and saw a picture of a knife that I thought was really cool. And I looked at the maker, and he's a journeyman. And hold on, I got to bring it up here to get the details. It is Ram Knives, RAM Knives, no underscore, so Ram Knives. And it's Peyton Ram. He's an ABS journeyman, also a Forged and Fired champion. But got to looking through his knives, and some really, really, like, just beautifully clean lines, beautiful knives.
Folders?
Yeah, going down, like, he's got a folder. If you scroll down like 8 or 9 or like a couple of pages, he's got a feather folder.
A feather? Yeah, that's what I'm looking at.
Yeah, that one's really, really nice. Really nice. So
I like that black finish he's got there.
Yeah.
Too. Really good stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Definitely go check him out. He has got 1,627 followers. So go give him a follow and check out his stuff. Always like to support fellow ABS folks. So go check him out. That's Peyton Ram at Ram Knives.
Very cool. That's a good one. I got our buddy Tortuga Blade Works, Brian Hinnenkamp. Amazing maker. Absolutely amazing maker. Good dude. And I was just kind of going through he just popped in my head there. I was seeing he was making last thing I see is a watch that he was doing. But yeah, he is at Tortuga Blade Works on Instagram, no underscores or anything. 22K followers. ER director, maker, husband, father, son, dreamer, and he's a pirate. So he's got all kinds of really cool pirate-esque. I can't think of the name of the finish that he has.
Oh, the shipwreck patina.
Yeah, the shipwreck patina. Yeah, really cool.
Yeah, I like it.
Those stainless things. So yeah, he's kind of been not down and out, but just out of the game here for a little while. I wanted to check in and show him some love, and I suggest that you guys do the same. Just pop in and say what's up to Brian, and if you're not following him, definitely go do that. You're missing out on some awesome stuff here. So that's who I got.
Cool.
Yeah.
We should mention another one of our sponsors, Mr. Travis Haynes over at Pelican Paste, which I'm getting ready to put on this knife when I finish it. He is the master of hard wax, soft wax. He's got the Pelican oil, the hand salve, the soap. Really, really good stuff. It will definitely be going on the blue on this puzzle knife when it's all done. So go check out some Pelican Paste and use the discount code T10. And you can also get Pelican Paste at our buddy Lawrence's site at Maritime Knife Supply. So go check him out.
Yeah. That's another thing I finished up that I forgot to talk about was I finished that knife that I forged at Maker's Camp.
That's what I'm working on. That's what the puzzle knife is.
Yeah. So I beat you finally.
Hey, wait, which maker camp did you forge it at? The one
This
last
was
year or the one year before?
no, I have the very first one not finished. I have whatever we did at the second one not finished, but this one, the one we did at the last time, yeah, that one got done because I wanted to do an integral chef, and then I got a little over zealous with the power hammer and thought I wrecked the thing. So what was going to be a hidden tang integral turned into a fully forged knife with the forged handle. And somehow I saved the blade and ground that all out. And but I do bring it up because Pelican paste for the win. After I had Scotch brighted, all of the forge scale kind of thing, which I don't know, maybe this is common knowledge for everybody else, but I was kind of worried that the Scotch Brite was just going to rip and make all that forgy stuff shiny, but it didn't. It just kind of brushed it up and
Dulled it a
gave
bit.
it dulled it a little bit, and gave it a nice little finish there, which I lathered up with Pelican paste, and it came out really nice. So I mean, I say it's really nice and it's a win for me, but I think you've seen it. But I mean, the handle is probably a 1/4 inch offset of the blade in some angles because just how it ended up. But I'm not selling it. It's gonna hang out at my house and be like some kind of a meat slicer or something. But
You're gonna have slices that are like really big at one end and not just
no. I'll just come around from behind it. It's just
you're gonna
it'll
have
work out good.
ramp slices.
Yeah, it's just an offset. Yeah, that's all. It's a different kind of offset.
It's
Literally offset.
yeah, your version of the offset serrated with no
Yeah, yeah,
serrations.
yeah. It's the horizontal offset. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, the Pelican paste really shined it up, and I'm sure it's gonna protect it through its life of taco cutting. So
Tacos.
yeah. Which you guys want to hear a fun fact?
This is bullshit.
I,
Say it.
Dennis and I went and had lunch, and we had tacos.
Wednesday, yeah.
Okay. And then Saturday, I said, let's go get some tacos. And he goes, we just had tacos. And I almost slapped him because I don't think there's ever been a day in my life where I've been like, I just had tacos. So I'm going to just say it. Dennis hates tacos.
Do not hate tacos. I hate tacos every day.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's.
And it's funny, I could eat a peanut butter sandwich every day, but tacos, can't do it.
I am worried about your safety next time we travel.
I'm gonna bring peanut butter and
There's not
loaf
fucking
of
peanut
bread.
butter. There's not peanut butter sandwich Tuesdays. That's how I'm in. That's
No,
how
they
I'm
don't need
hearing
a
that.
special day. It's an everyday thing.
Get out of here, dude. But yeah. So. And then I also wanted to shout out our buddy Noah at Eniot River Forge, and now newly acquired business venture of Send Ducks. I thought that was really cool. Got a message from him, and him and I kind of been chatting a little bit, so I knew it was coming. But I'm stoked for him, dude. Come up with a pretty cool idea to just randomly send a bunch of ducks to somebody for no reason at all. And I think it's great. It's either going to be a fantastic hit or a good time, no matter what. I think it's a win-win.
Yeah. I do think he should have called it Send Duck Send, though.
Yeah.
I think that would have been funny. You know what? I think we should all get on the site and send Noah ducks. That's what we should do.
Sure, he deserves ducks. I've already done it.
Really?
Not to him, but
You didn't send me ducks, did you?
No, I don't like
Good.
you. No. Although, people that you don't like can get ducks too. That was part of the pitch. But I don't know. I thought it was a cool, fun little, break from the norm and pretty cool. So I wanted to give him a shout out. And if you're not checking it out, I think the IG account is Send Ducks Official is the name of the IG. But yeah, go send somebody some ducks.
He could have messed with Ryan and called it duck trinkets.
Oh. Yeah, he could have.
I would have liked that. That would have been good.
That's yeah. I love that.
His co-host has a website called Dick Trinkets. So
I don't. Does he?
he
Or
does.
does he just have the domain? I don't know. I don't think
Well, I
he's.
don't know
I
if
don't think he's. Yeah.
I don't know if he set it up.
Yeah. Him and every other.
I'm afraid to Google that.
Why?
Dick Trinkets? I don't think
Oh,
so.
no, go to Penn Island too while you're at it.
Yeah, you told me that one already. We're devolving this podcast. Who did you pull that on? Someone at work or
What
something?
the duck? Somebody did it to me. My dumbass went after it. Oh, family show.
Yeah, right. What kind of
PennIsland.com.
family do you have?
Mine's very fucked up. I promise that. Oh man. That's good. So I can't think of a better time after that shit show than to transition into some really good news that we have, some cool news anyways. I am excited. Dennis and I are both excited to welcome aboard Rock Solid Scales as an official sponsor of the Triple T podcast. They are the makers of Grip Tech scales, which we've seen a lot about, and I've recently just I'm about to finish up a build with it, but it's the grip. The scales have some grippy after you finish them up. Um, it's an interesting process because for what I will say, Dennis and I, not that we make similar things at all, but the way that we finish handle scales out is as a uh, high sand grit, high finish and a buffing for like a big shine, and these particular grip tech scales, you kind of go after it with a lower grit, and they finish out really cool when you sandblast them to give it that extra little grip texture. Um, so go check out Rock Solid Scales, and you can use the discount code Triple T10 for 10% off when you're doing that.
Nice.
I got a little blurb here. I'm going to read. It says GripTech is a revolutionary rubber resin composite. GripTech is unlike any material on the market and an ideal for use on hunting knives, fillet, kitchen knives, and your favorite EDC. GripTech will provide uncompromising grip in the most intense situations, completely waterproof, weatherproof, and incredibly durable. Trust GripTech for your most adventurous projects. GripTech is simple to work with, no special tools requires, and simply shape and finish as usual. And for the best results, sand finish between 220 and 400, and sandblast with an 80 grit aluminum oxide or at about 40 to 60 psi.
Yeah.
I had zero problems working with it at all. I had a thinner piece, I think, that when I was routing the edges, probably would have been better suited for a little more meat on the or width on the scale. But I don't think anybody's doing less than 1 inch scales, So
Yeah.
but yeah, we're excited to have them on board. So again, Rock Solid Scales, use the discount code Triple T10 for 10% off.
Yeah, they're really cool. I mean, I have the set. I haven't used them yet, but they're like tiny little beads embedded in a resin, if I'm correct, right?
Yep.
And as the resin wears, you feel those little beads. Those are like the grippy parts. So it's really cool. It's like no other handle material that I've used. And
Yes.
and it does remind me of, like, if you've ever worked in a kitchen, the knives they use in kitchens are not like the fancy knives that most of us make. They were
Right.
like the plastic handle kind that have that, like
The fake texture.
exactly the
Yeah.
fake texture, because they don't want bacteria, they don't want, their work knives. And
Yep.
that's what this grip tech reminds me of. Like, hey, I want to make a work knife that is gonna protect from the elements and things like that. So
Yeah.
great application for that.
Yeah. And Matt made like huge, he's really pushing, making a lot of progress here this past year. So we want to support him as he goes into the new year with, some awesome momentum from a great year last year. So happy to have him on board, bud. Thanks,
Yeah,
Matt.
welcome.
Yep. Boom, boom, boom.
I think we paid all the bills.
I think so.
Yeah. Man, so that means I'm done with you. I don't have to deal with you for 2 weeks. Folks, we're going to have new co-hosts next week. And did I tell you who the co-hosts are?
You're going to keep us in
Yeah.
suspense.
Yeah, I'm still going to keep you in suspense. And we got 2 co-hosts next week. I haven't figured out
Nice.
the week after, but we will.
You're
We,
telling me it takes 2 people to fill my
yeah,
shoes?
yeah, I knew you were going to say that. It
Jeez,
does.
that's cool. I do want to say one thing before we get out of here. For I know everybody just loves California. I just, all the messages I get from everybody are just like, "Wow, I can't wait for when to come there and stay there." And um, but cool little tidbit is that I'm trying to get my truck registered, and the California DMV let me know that they were not going to let me because we have to smog our vehicles, pay a ridiculous, high dollar fee to register it. But they weren't going to let me do that until I got a recall done on my truck from like, I don't know.
Yeah,
It's been a long time.
yeah, that's crazy. So they're preventing you from renewing your registration until you got a recall done. Is this
Yes.
happening in any other state? Is this like a countrywide DMV thing, or are we just, the lucky recipients of bullshit?
I almost lost my shit when my wife told me. I was like, "What do you mean?" Like, I'm gonna get it. You should do you should do the recalls, right? There's no. It's just time, right? Taking time off to work, drop the truck off at the dealership, do the whole song and dance. But yeah, I was super super surprised by that.
It and there must be levels of there must be considered safety recalls. Maybe they
Yeah,
only do because there's probably a ton of recalls. I remember if you actually look up your vehicle, I think there's a site where you can look up what recalls have been issued on your vehicle. I guarantee all you folks out there, you have recalls on your vehicle you just don't know about. That they're
agreed.
just not telling you because they don't want to pay for them.
Or you got a notice and you're like, "Oh yeah, I'll get to it," and never did.
Yeah.
But
But
until
I would
9 years
imagine
later.
these are like safety ones that now they're not letting you renew your car.
One of them is a passenger airbag. The thing is I don't drive that truck very often, but I am getting ready to get it to hopefully if my son gets his shit together, I'll get it on. So it needed to get done anyways, but
Well, now
thank you, DMV.
everyone understands why we have the highest vehicle registration in the entire country by about 3x.
Yeah.
How much is the registration on your truck?
I don't know this
500?
year's. I was gonna say, but it's been no less than 550 for the last, I don't know, 10 years.
Yeah, I'm sure there's states where they are saying what the f minus $75
Yeah. Oh, it's
guaranteed.
every bit of $500 minimum. Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus the smog.
Yeah, my Jeep is $300. I have a 2-door Jeep Wrangler, and it's $300. It's
It's got
ridiculous.
to go by weight too. But anyways, yeah, I just thought that was great, and I wanted to share that. So now I've completely had enough of you, and I'm going to give everybody a break from me and my ridiculous rhetoric for a couple weeks. Enjoy yourself in the new year. Take care, Dennis. Don't get us fired,
I'll
or put everybody to sleep, please.
Well, which one's worse?
Yeah, put him to sleep. I'd rather have a cool story about you fucked up.
Jerid, we'll need an audio clip sent from the cruise, so we know you're alive and it hasn't sunk or hit an iceberg.
Yeah, I think I'll be doing some plenty stories to rub it in your face and stuff. So
Oh yeah, send me a couple of audio clips and
yeah.
maybe we'll feature them. We'll play a
Oh
game. What is Jerid doing today?
yes, do it.
All right, I've had enough of you, but good luck on your work trip and have fun on your vacation.
Thank you, buddy.
Yeah. All right,
Peace.
playing us out.
Do it.
No.
Should have never gave those guys sound bites. And that's a wrap.